do 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 do. You say you want a revolution, we all want to change the world. Well, you say you want a revolution, we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution, we all want to change the world. But if you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, downloading TikTok and Redbook anyhow, well, brother, you count me out. You know it's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. How's it going, guys? How are we doing? Yesterday was officially my birthday. My wife and I, we did a very private birthday celebration. I'm a big star now, so just had to get away from the world. But today, I want to hang out with my friends, which are you guys. And so I figured I'd just stop by and say, hello, lovely people. How are we doing? I wanted to have my birthday cake with y'all. And my birthday cake is actually Dr. Pepper and or root beer. I can have 2 sodas tonight if I want. It's my birthday. Your birthday's on the 24th. Well, happy birthday. So my wife and I, for my birthday, we try to go somewhere every year and have like an experience. And this year we went and had a experience at a casino. And I don't really go to casinos. I don't drink at all. Haven't for, well, what's it been? 21, 37 now, and I quit on my 21st birthday. I've had 4 or 5 nights of slipping up since I was 21. But from age, I don't know, 12 or 13 to 21, I was a mess. So, anyways, I don't go to casinos that much. I'll play a scratch card or whatnot. But we went to a casino, like a tribal casino here in Washington, and we did well. Brought like $100 and figured we'd play like 25-cent, whatever the cheapest slot machines were. But my wife was just, she got like 8 different, like, not the big jackpots, but like, 50 to $100 off like a 50-cent spin. So we ended up doing well, paying for the hotel and all. And I basically came away with it with a great night with my wife, which was I needed. We needed a good night to relax. Stayed in a really beautiful hotel. Since I'm in archaeology and anthropology and history, those were the things I studied in college. And literally North Coast Salish, which starts right in the Seattle area, that and upward, that's kind of my favorite thing to check out, like art wise, is like the Coast Salish up to like Haida and Tlingit tribes. And so, yeah, they have like all this beautiful carved wooden art from different native artists and stuff. I had to say it was pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people lose a lot of money there. It's like $1 billion a year coming and going cash type place. It's the big one in our state, but it was only like 40 minutes from Seattle, and yeah, it was pretty fun. So I have a little bit of money for once in the first time in a while to spend on fish. So I need to figure out what kind of fish do I want to get. And now that I'm doing the new Aquascape tanks and I'm setting them up and we're doing CO2, I can keep some of the fancy plants again. As much as I love the low maintenance, especially when I'm like in and out of the hospital or, traveling, either one, whether it's, yay, things are going good and I'm traveling to give talks and, go fish collecting and do things, or whether I'm having real bad luck and I'm in the hospital for a number of days or weeks. It's the slow and steady tanks are great. But I have to say, like, since I fired up the CO2 tank, aqua soil, all that, super it's been super fun. So hopefully, actually I think I can fire up camera 1, camera 2. I think I can fire up camera 2 really quick and show you real quick what I bought myself. I want to show you guys the like one little luxury plant that I already bought. Well, I saw it firsthand and I was like, "Oh, I need that. I need that plant." And yeah. So how's everybody doing? First of all, though, Jack Barlow, good to see you. Osia Llewellyn, always good to see you. Yes, Fancy Plants. Call me Mr. Fancy Plants. Uh, Chris in the desert, what's going on? Kevin Rosenberg, what's up? Homeless Sock Puppet, I like that name. How's the Wallstead grift going? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't make any money off of Wallstead either way. I do have 1 or 2 Wallstead tanks out of 26. Have a couple Father Fish, have a couple high tech, have a couple gravel, have a couple glass, have a couple I don't know. Mostly they're lasagna tanks that I think mimic nature but have aqua soil for like convenience. But yeah. Hey, Silent Mandible, good to see you. Your dog's birthday is the 24th. Well, I think that's how they say it. Regina Winsbury, Keith, what's up? Adam Wohler, what's up? Boggs Aquatics, who else is in here? Gardenia, very pretty flower. Also, my wife loves that song by Iggy Pop. If you probably heard it. It's kind of I wouldn't say it's probably a great song if you have the name Gardenia. Like, it's not the most flattering to the gal named Gardenia, or surnamed Gardenia. I don't know. It's one of those Lola type songs with the tastes just like cherry cola, but Iggy Pop is like what, 75, and it's 50 years after the song Lola came out. So I'm pretty sure he was aware of what he was getting into, and he was stoked on Gardenia. Have I tried breeding or keeping the Florida least killifish? I sure have. I've kept it before. I've kept it in a bucket in Florida for 2 weeks with a little aerator. That was fine. But no, I've kept it a couple years ago. I kept it, and I had a bunch of babies, and then I just kind of got tired of them. They don't have a lot of color or anything, and they kind of were hiding a lot. But just recently, I got a new strain of them, just out of like literally when I got plants recently the other day from my buddy who owns aquariums, and he had some that he personally had been given, like he has a little colony of them. And so yeah, they're a really active little live bear, and once you get enough of them, they're great. But it's ideal to have more females than males, just because males are like so persistent. It's kind of like, so I also have, and Neo Veritas, Janice, welcome guys, hello. Ollie the pufferfish, what's up? Splits water boxes, what's up? I don't know, have I seen that name before? I don't know. I got a bad memory. My memory ball's all squishy and bruised and broken. Least Killy's tank has been going for 3 years, Austin. Oh, nice. Yeah. I want to keep like the pike minnow, or the pike minnows or live bears, whatever you want to call them. Those are kind of cool. My colony is very small right now. There's like 4 in it. there's 3 females and a male, and all the females are pregnant. Robert Bennett, hey buddy, what's up? Welcome. Cheers. A tank full of sparkling gouramis would be fun. Yeah, I've raised sparkling gouramis in a colony many times, where I basically have a tank that I'm holding either for scarlet batis or some sort of batis that I've fallen in love with, and or Sundadanios or Phoenix rasboras, or even bettas. And I basically leave those tanks with like very boggy, marshy looking conditions and low pH, and like a 2.5 gallon, real small, and a 2.5 or a 5, and I'll have moss in there and some plants if there's a substrate even, and like some water sprite or a floating plant. And then like, I'll forget that I had, put Sunda Daniels in there and that I'd played musical fish and like moved them. And a month or two later, there's like little tiny fish in there, and the live bears are running around eating them, doing great. But then I'm like, oh no, I've got other fish in there. uh, I was glad to hear Bob was doing okay. Yeah, hopefully we can get Bob out tonight in just a sec, because I would love to see Bob for my birthday. That's for sure. Coro, what's up? Alex, what if you spend all the money on new blood Malawa shrimps? What? Yeah, I could do that. I mean, there are a lot of, there are Malawa shrimps that I can get access to at are they at the wet spot? Actually, I don't know if they are. There's definitely some though in my city that I gave to a guy about 8 years ago, and he, um, yeah, and he has them. They're doing well. I mean, he's just let them go feral in a bunch of tanks, so he can give me actually some pretty good like wildish bloodlines. New blood, hopefully. Mix it up a bit, because I've mixed it up a few times with the owner of the store who had him, that got him in Japan from Amano workshop, like way back in, I think like 98 or so is when he brought him back, and he had him in his tanks that whole time, and that's where I got him. And then now, long ago, I guess 8 years ago, I was sort of apprenticing under him for Iwagumi Aquascaping, and then running his fish store and stuff. And then I just the channel consumed that from going on. But Ross in Baltimore, what's up? Oh yeah, Robert, a health update. Well, I don't want to bring in the mood down, but yeah, they want to do a blood flow analysis thing on my foot to make sure that blood flow is still good to where I have the puncture wound. The puncture wound is still a centimeter deep, basically, but it's 0.3 centimeters more shallow than when I first was at this clinic that's taking care of it. We went today after we left the casino with our bags of money, no, with a couple $100. And we ended up going to the wound clinic, getting the wound bandaged again and cleaned, so my whole leg's wrapped again. But it's a puncture wound on my ankle, and it's just gonna take a while. They want to do this thing where they put suction over the wound at like negative pressure bandaging, they call it, and they like literally it looks just like an air pump for a fish tank, and it like pumps the air out actively of the wound, but then also they'll put like a little canister of pure oxygen on the wound to help it heal. Because I have an inch wide puncture wound in the center of my heel that goes almost to the bone and just has barely, healed over. And if it's in the bone infected, I can lose the foot. And so that's the big scary, like, don't want that to happen again. Or, and that's all the way from summer, still dragging on. They had me on the wrong antibiotics for months, and it just was like getting worse. And luckily, I guess my body held it at bay. So that's where we're at. Hopefully we're making progress and doing better, because I would love to go travel. I would love to go to the North American Native Fish Association meeting in Kentucky at the Kentucky Lake Dam Resort, I believe it's called. Would love to do that. So we'll see if I'm able to go, because I think Lawrence Kent is going, and he's from Seattle, and I would absolutely love to go with him. Him and I are good fish collecting buddies. Like, we get along well on the road, and so I would like to do that. Let's see here. How do I get on here? StreamYard. Here we go. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the mobile camera up on my phone so we can go look at the new fancy plants I got. Very early morning from from Denmark. Right on. Kent, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Kevin Mueller. What's up? Looking forward to Bob. All right. And also, oh, you have the blue or the blonde golden killifish. Right on. Yeah, those ones are really nice too. Cassandra, thank you for the birthday wishes. Johnny, thank you for the birthday wishes. Or thank you for saying Alex. I think Alex is. I get what you're saying. What does it all mean? Okay. How do I freaking? Oh, right. Gosh, I'm dumb. I think I have to invite myself, right? How do I invite? Invite. God, I'm dumb. Okay. I'm gonna invite me, copy, via my email, Gmail. You tell me it's the Constitution, you know. We all want to change the world. Live from Saturday night. All right, guys, don't mind me just sending my phone a little invite so that I can break into my own live stream. Okay. Brian Day, what's up? You cannot enter unless invited. Yeah, that's true. You have to come in once I invite you. Holy smokes, did Johnny just do the thing where he gives gifts again? Johnny, buddy, we're gonna have to have a talk. You're just too freaking nice, dude. Stop. I want you to fund your college or your kid's college fund or something. Boy, give it to somebody who didn't just win at the casino. Yeah, no, I hope to spend $200 or $300 on fish in the next month or so, and I know that's not really that much anymore. So I'll make it count. It'll either all be like at one place, if you know what I mean. Like it'll all be at like Aquatic Arts or probably be at Moonlight Aquatics. Honestly, to be truthful, or Dan's Fish, and I'll probably get some breeding stock from like Dan's Fish, and then get some more common stuff from Moonlight Aquatic because I don't have to pay shipping on locally, even though he's absurdly low priced for cool stuff. Wayne Talbot, how's it going? 4:40 a.m. 440, man, 440 hours in the UK. Getting in there early, my friend. You're getting in there early. Hold on, I think I'll have to mute myself. Kentucky Lake Dam, that's like 1 hour for me. Well, Keith, you should come to that thing then. Oh, good. Also, you were pleased by your Moonlight order. Right on. Well, there, moonlight.com, Fishery10, you get 10% off all orders. I mean, over and over, you can use it. And his prices are already bonkers. Like he was selling 2.5-inch long zebra plecos for $119. I mean, can't beat that. For good quality fish. He also had sunshine plecos for like $59 and like polka dot and cactus. I mean, all sorts of stuff that you don't usually see. What's a snail that I wish I could have, but I haven't? I would. Thanks for posting the Moonlight Aquatic link in there, guys. Yeah, if you want that or Dan's Fish, I got a discount code if it's your first time / the first time you've used a specific email, you get 10% off. I think you get like, I don't know, 5%, maybe it's like lower than that even now. Since Aquarium Co-op is got a deal with them too. I think they may have changed it even, because everyone in the world probably is headed there now from there. But in any case, there's a discount the first time for sure, and there is a slight discount in the future at Dan's Fish. Plus, it just it's a nice tip of the hat from my channel to his, and you get a little something, even if it's just a little something. Also, Aquatic Arts, you can get 15% off with the code Fishery15. So basically, Fishery10. Just try it places if you want. But yeah, all right. Let me try to get this going, and let's see if I can mute my mic here and open up a new stream. Let's see. Oh, still hearing me now from this one. So we're gonna go enter studio. Enter studio. We're gonna. Oh, it's doing the feedback thing. I don't know why. It's muted. All right. All right. Can you guys hear me? All right. Can you guys hear me still? Okay. You can hear me. Woo! All right. We're on the move. So I've been running CO2, and I'm about to have an algae problem in one tank. But let me get the what do you call it? The Bob the Betta. Let me get him his food. And let me clear the glass here real quick. We'll look over here. Almost done, folks, with clearing most of the glass. Although the water feels so cold, I'm a little worried. Our house has been so chilly willy. Okay. All right. So what I've got planned for this, guys, is I've got some brand new baby tears, some dwarf baby tears, we already got Monte Carlo in there, but anyways, we got dwarf baby tears, and those are rooted in a pot. So I think they're gonna do way better than the ones I've had in the past. I just want to show you some of these plants in the CO2 and in the decent lighting. Here's a nice one, the Hygrophila polysperma. This is the variegated white version. Still has a pink tint to it, as you can see, kind of like a flesh tone white to it. If like you're pasty white like me, more of a pink white. So there's that. But what I really wanted to show you guys was, oh, here we go. This is the purple Echinodorus night sword. And I know they've gotten cheaper, but I spent $30 on it because I'm a chump. Like a chump, fool, like a chump, fool, hey, like a chump, hey, like a chump, hey. Anyways, also, my Loganondra just got torn apart in here. I had a silver Loganondra in this tank, and it got torn apart. Now, I need to clean the glass over here better and in the back, but you can see here, too, we're starting to get a little nitrate starved. We're starting to get, like, it was like a very nice, bright red. Now it's like a softer pink. and that's because it's running out of nutrients. Everything is sucking up nutrients in this tank. And also, this is that new plant to the hobby, or newer plant to the hobby, which is Samulus longa pinus, I think it is, or is it longipluvulosus? Hey, somebody help me. Help me. Is it Samulus longipluvulosus or longipinus? I don't remember. Anyways, or longiflora. I can't remember, but it's a really interesting plant. I liked it better when it was in low light, like over here. I don't know. I mean, if you guys can see that, but it's got like a yellow, a green, and an orangey red leaf. And I like that. Like, I think that looks cooler than just all being like a bright, rusty, reddish pink. But I mean, whatever, you know. Then we've still got all these new little loaches. And it's been cold in Washington. It was like, I don't know, 25 degrees this morning. And so even in our house, it's like 65 with the heat on. Like, we got to check out what's going on with our heat. Something's up. But it means that this tank has gotten a lot cooler. So I think the temperature is about 72 in here right now, which the plants actually probably love. And, you know, the panda loaches love. But as you can see, the tin winnies don't hate or, you know, love it. You can see this male's nice and purple though. See the male's purple and the females are golden, and it's showing off right now really well. Actually, I'm surprised. Look, so there's a golden female right there. And then the purple males, where is a good purple male? There's a good purple male right there. Side by side. Look at them go. Very cool to see them colored up. And then those are true Kythit Danios. I know that there's been a lot of mix up. What's a quote unquote firebar Danio? What's a Kythit Danio? What's a leopard Danio? What's a Danio Frankii or Divario Frankii? Also, look at this. My little rainbow fish is colored up pretty good. The female, you can see her markings a bit and the yellow in her tail. And then the male is like actually full on showing off some color. He's got some white to him, and then his tail's all bright red. His head got a red orange hint on it. There you go. You can kind of see it when he comes into the light. Come into the light. And then we've also got, you know, the panda loaches doing their panda-y thing. The yo-yo loach saying hello. I think he is the one that's responsible for like ripping up most of the plants that I have had ripped up. But, you know, I can't quit him. He's too cute. And then we've got the Rasbora hets with that bluish hue and the pink. They were only discovered about 4 years ago officially. And even though they've kind of been in the hobby off and on for years and years, but people thought they were a collection point of the lamb chop or the SB Rasbora. And yeah, so these are the nice Kythits that have actual dots all the way down their body. They don't have lines in the tail or in the midsection. Like, there is basically such tight dots on the caudal peduncle that it kind of looks like a line, but they're actual individual lines if you look at them, or individual dots when you look at them. And usually the Kythit Danios are really shy. So go figure. Also, this Cardamine lorata plant. Remember how it was like a beautiful, like red and yellow and like a peach color? I don't know what changed in this tank, but it's completely gone. It's back to bright green. And I was starving things of nitrates. And all that's happened is there's been a slight diatom algae bloom. As you can see, it just scraped some of that off. And I added a few other plants. So I'm wondering if it either needs trace nutrients or what. Oh, look at that. We got that bright red amano from Aquatic Arts there. And then here I've got some potassium from Aquatic Arts. Let's just put 2 squirts. Let's just put 2 squirts of that in there just for fun. Let's just see how that goes. Probably just explode the the dumb algae that I'm contending with at the moment. But we'll find out. But yeah, look at this. Cardamine lorata is just like every little piece that broke off is now growing, like tangled with the Bucephalandra and the anything it can get a hold of. The Bulbitis hedulata, the this is the Ludwigia Rubin crossed with Ludwigia arcuata that I have. And, I had all my crosses in here. The light's been off for 2 days. So maybe that's all it is that makes the difference in the plants being so dull. Whereas here, the light's been on for 2 days straight. Let's see if we can get Bob out for y'all. And look at all the baby fish we have at the moment. They're mostly just the endlers and this guppy strain that I've been playing with. The yellow with the metallic rainbow, trying to get kind of like a snakeskin endler look. Those were these are what's left of Gen 2 and 3 that I'm not still like specially manipulating. That other line is in the other room where I'm like keeping much closer tabs on it. And then also you can see how freaking ginormous these have gotten. The the Copifolia crossed with the Fraseri plant. It just has these giant arrow ears. The medulla oblongata. Yeah. Water boy. Also, Salvinia has gone crazy. Also, Wolfia has, in the colder air of the house, it has turned like this shag purple brown carpet looking color underneath it. There's a good example of it. They look like little shag butterflies. So yeah. Anyways, and then we've got the lovely pencil fish. I think, in here we threw a bunch of Bloody Mary shrimp in here. There's 20 in here now. And I don't know if anybody's eating them, to be honest. I hope nobody's eating them. And also, here is, if you were curious, the Bacopa salzmani crossed with the Bacopa caroliniana has the purple hue right here. You see the like purple leaves. Whereas real salzmani, full size salzmani that I don't even have in this tank at the moment is like very, very purple, very purple, not just the tips of the leaves. And then we've got the colorata mixed with the caroliniana, which again, you get the pink leaves, like half pink, but long leaves. And then you've got the normal caroliniana right here with the longer leaves. And hey, that little pencil fish just nipped me. Weird. They're usually very shy. And then we've got a bunch of the Ludwigia. Here's like a normal Ludwigia Rubin. And then, or right here is, sorry guys. And then here is a Ludwigia Rubin crossed with the Ludwigia arcuata narrow leaf. So you can see it's a real red, whereas the more common that you see in the hobby, like I've never seen it elsewhere actually, is the arcuata that has kind of like still green and still some yellow with some kind of bronze tips. But I crossed it with the Rubens 2 or 3 summers ago, or winters ago actually now. And I get this really true red color, which I love. And there's some CO2 in here, but not a lot. This gets CO2 at night for 2 hours before lights go out. And so I was curious what that would do. Also, we've got one of the Logonandra, the large Logonandra. Again, here's another purple salzmani cross. Actually, that might be full salzmani. It's pretty purple. Anyways, so how are we doing, you guys? I'm still looking at chat. Brian Day, I spend too much time practicing Pig Latin when I probably should have been learning Latin. Look at this little yellow Amano. So cool. I love Aquatic Arts has them, and they're the same price as like these normal Amanos. I'm kind of confused as to how they can afford that with like them being $50 in Europe or whatever. Like they're not cheap. So actually, I don't know. Tell me if you guys are in Europe, how much you're paying for the Amanos now. I'd be curious if it's changed, if it's gone down too, because if the US is paying less, I would assume Europe is now finally paying less too. I would assume. And I'm right now, I know the screen's black for a second, but I just set the phone down. You're okay. We're all here. Johnny Best, what's up? When I had my tank fully planted, my pencil fish spawned. Now they're barely planted. They don't see any spawn. Yeah, I know. A lot of fish are like that. So the goal here, guys, this was one pot of dwarf baby tears. And you can see, like, I spread it way out, but it sucks when you spread it way out. Like, it kind of is growing. It's going to take me probably, I don't know, a year before that would grow in, honestly. Like, you can see it's starting to trail and run in the CO2 and everything. But then every once in a while, a fish pulls some up or whatever, or this chain val, the val scenario grows so much as a chain that, like, I'm going to have to pull that out and watch. I bet you there's going to be a little bit of that baby. Oh, good. I actually lucked out. But I was gonna say, I bet there's gonna be baby. Yeah, there was a little baby, dwarf baby tears coming out of there, and you can see this has a really nice, like red tiger, uh, striping to it. Has a nice red bronze, and it goes from like everywhere from bronze to green to light green to yellow to pink. And then the pink crypts, you know, they're looking more water, more used to the water in that they have more of the bronzy and green mix looking on them. And yeah, so let's hop over before we go back to the seat and look at fish that I want for my birthday. I need your guys' input because remember, we have this whole tank and this whole messy room that I'm still working with. I'm hopping on one foot most of the time. When I'm not streaming, I'm doing that. And so we've got this 60 gal with the big old light. So we could grow CO2 fancy. We could go Wallstead. We could go whatever. I mean, I'm kind of open to it. I kind of want to do a big tannin rich, like Venezuelan or Orinoco style tank. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. The tank that was in the spot of the tank that's now planted, Asia asked if there were any least killifish around, and they are in here somewhere. And literally, I'm keeping the water low like this because this is where I find them. Kent, you have a wonderful day, buddy. Have a wonderful day at work. Sorry you got to go to work. But this is literally where I'd find them in Florida. It was like in like kind of marginal, the edge of a grass or marshland, like edge of a trail where it had flooded over, and there'd be just hundreds of the least killifish swimming around in like an inch of water, let alone this 3 or 4 inch water. So for now, I'm leaving it shallow, but I think I'm going to move them over to here once I clean this all out thoroughly. Honey, have whichever one you want. Either one I'm happy with. You can have the creme brulee if you want. And then, so then we've got this tank, which is a green water Danio tank. Oh, they're so scared. These Danios, these Negro, are these the Negro Facias? Now I'm confusing my names with the stupid plant that's out there, with the Samulos. These are the Danio no, these are the Danio Negro Penis. That's what they are. But they're so shy. They're hiding so badly. And so are there's the one, what do you call it? Minnow. Tans minnow, Tanictes minnow. And then over here we've got all my stupid, I shouldn't say that, but all my Liberty Mollies. And yeah, they're breeding, they're having babies, they're doing their thing. But there's just too many of them, and they're shy. Like, I go to film them, and they all hide except the young ones. All the adults, like, go hide in the far corner. And there's only 1 or 2 males in here that color. Oh yeah, the male with color is actually the one who comes up to the glass the most. And he's like right here. Let's see if we can get some color shots of him. Shot. But anyways, guys, so I'm just telling you that I am feeling like I want to shift things around a little bit. I want to be more sustainable with like the fish I'm keeping, just in the sense that like I want to keep more fish that are um like the green water fish is cool, like more biotope fish where they kind of like eat in the biotope pretty happily too, like algae, or they eat um blackworms and a mix of infusoria and daphnia, something like that. um you can see the babies love that new aquarium co-op slow sinking food. And up here too, my little black line cichlids love it. The hovering loaches really like it too. And that's good because the hovering loaches, I was having to feed them a lot of the like not just daphnia, but like they were eating nasty stuff. They were eating all the planaria from the other tanks, which is great that someone eats it. But I hate collecting planaria. It's such a foul little job to try to encourage planaria to take over tanks, It's like it goes against what I think of as my fish keeping prerogative. And then also you guys may have wondered where the actual line of guppies went, where I've got the more rainbow guppy offspring, the generation 5. Well, I crossed them with the glass belly guppies. So I don't know if that was a crazy idea and I'm going to lose all those traits that I had, but we'll find out. So we'll find out how that turns out in a generation or two. Then we got the hovering loaches, the bettas, still a few bettas in here. There's 1 male and like 3 or 4 females. And then we've got the hovering loaches, the snakeskin barbs, the striped cichlids. There's a snakeskin, or they're not snakeskin barbs. They're like 5 lion barbs. I don't know. They have some silly name. But look at this new hovering loach offspring has grown up. And a couple of them, I remember, if you guys watched a while, they were kind of not looking so hot, like genetically. Well, they seem to have grown out of it. So that's good. So downsizing, like no fish here, no fish here, no fish up there, no other tank here, no other tank here, none in the corner over there, and just like nothing really in here other than shrimp. Over here, we've got a tank that is still growing. This is that same valve without CO2 lighting or highlighting. So that stuff that we were saying was, uh, so nicely striped. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks pretty lame without it. The white throated gobies, they're doing okay. Now I do have some more live the amapluvialosis schismatogobius in here, the micro dragon gobies. They are in here also, and that's why I've grown the biofilm back out, because they seem to really like to hunt and eat like little whatever it is, something in there, as well as these guys. And so they've looked a little fatter than just feeding them scuds all day. And then we've got the red shoulder macrostoma, or wait, McMass. Man, now my brain's frozen. Is it McMasteri or macrostoma? McMasteri. The red shoulder guys though. Anyways, they were hanging out right over here, and I was like, oh, does that mean they had babies? But I don't think they're ever gonna have babies. I think these two are hopeless. I think they're a mismatch made in hell. I mean heaven or whatever. Anyways, so I need to breed them. I need to breed the little luminotus or the pseudomcgill gertrudii, and these guys, the Skull Creek sahulensis. There's another one I'd like to breed. But Also, I wanted to show you, and I'm making a standalone video about how bad this went. Look at what ICX did to my freaking tank. It melted everything. I've never seen ICX do that before. But it definitely was the culprit this time. And I used a bigger dose of it. I usually use half the recommended dose. And it does just fine because I just don't like using harsh chemicals. I usually just turn the temperature up and call it good. Well, this time I didn't turn the temperature up because this tank next to the window hasn't been able to get to 86 reliably. And with these Goodyears, I wasn't sure if they could handle 86 Fahrenheit that well. So I didn't. Well, look what happened to the crypts. They are completely just, I mean, look at this. They look like just wrecked. And now they're starting to grow cyanobacteria, I'm noticing. Like, you guys are getting a first look with me after I was away for a night. Whereas all my little metallic live bearers, they're doing good. They're growing up again, doing their thing, hanging out with the Malawa shrimp, trying to put Malawa shrimp in all my tanks. My wild bettas doing well. The Maha Chiensis doing well. The Macrostoma doing great. Andy's got his little lady down there. So all the fish are doing well, only except these. These died with the ick. The ick is what started here with these guys, and it spread to that tank. So I definitely used the turkey baster without washing it, which I do usually when everything's healthy. I'm fine. I don't worry about it. But apparently everything was not healthy. Apparently, at some point it broke out in here with somebody, but it wiped out 3 of these Madagascar rainbows, and that's a bummer. But yeah, ICX, man. Stephen P says, I've ruined a tank with ICX and heat combined. Nightmare combo for plants. Yeah, it steals the oxygen, but also there is formaldehyde in it. Like, it actually says that. Also, I noticed that it says treats velvet, gold dust disease, but it kills the stuff. If you just saw my video of what makes fish turn gold, it'll kill that parasite too. But yeah, it contains formalin, which is just formaldehyde. And so I think that might be it. Hey, Aquatic Moose, what's up? Yeah, so use that either sparingly or just be aware that like Val, Crips, Aponegitans, certain plants don't take it well. And when all your plants melt like that, that's a recipe for your tank crashing. If it weren't for that tank substrate being so like beefy and strong, I'd be a little worried. Let's see if we can get these guys just to pop their heads up by putting some food in. I don't know. Oh, also the rosy loaches are just making a little appearance here with the striped guys also. Let's see. Rosy loach. There you are. The bright pink ones. They're a lovely loach from Lake Inlet, and you see more of the zebra striped hovering loaches. I think there's about a dozen in here in total. They're just really shy, and they hide in the Saswassertong all day long, and they'll like poke their head up and eat. Like, there comes another big healthy male. There's a big healthy female now coming up here, and there's another big old female right there. There's a little male right here. There's another little male right here. So they kind of pop up. Here's a big old female looking great, ready to have eggs soon. But yeah, they're the only ones that are spawning in here. Who would think that I could spawn these freaking loaches that there's like no record of people spawning well in captivity? Like, That's Magazine actually contacted me and was like, what's your secret? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't really have a secret. I just put a lot of Sawassertang in there. And, I guess they like my tap water and live planaria and scud diet. Like, that's all I really do. I don't know. So that's that. Also, we've got the Elosoma tank. We also got the mismatch angelfish corridor tank down there. I'm I'm trying to spark a change of season vibe there. But in here, you know, we got the blue malawas, we got the swordtail, the Kohaku swordtail live bears in here that are fry. But if I move everybody aside, ooh, that's cold. I don't think the heater's working. Crap. Look how blue some of these blue malawas are getting again, though. Looking really good. I'm really stoked that line didn't completely go away. Like the genetics were so close to all being gone, and I've been bringing them back. I don't know that I have like a group for sale yet, but the genetics are coming back. A few people have the genetics for sure out there in the world. And then here we've got the little Elasoma. Let's see, can we get a shot of them without, I think I need to move. Here, let's use the heater. I think we need to move a couple things. But yeah, look at that blue. He's colored up. If we can get him to come. Here, let's push this Sawasartang, and push that all aside and see if we can see some of the Z fish. Yeah, so there we got a little Elasoma. I'm not seeing all the oh, there's another Elasoma there, and another one there, another one there. Oh, another one over there, another one over there. But I don't see that dominant male that I just saw a second ago. Where did he go? Oh, here he is. Here's the dominant male, showing off some blue. Looking good. There's another one over there that's a male showing off. I want to get them a proper bio tote tank though. And here you can see the blue is showing off really nicely on the Malawas. So, you know, they're doing good. But let's go see if we can get Bob the Betta to come out and do some tricks. And also, I mean, I'm just kind of surprised that over here. Thanks, guys, for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. I do. I'm kind of surprised that a channel of, what is it now? We're almost at 80,000. YouTube really doesn't want me to get to 80,000. I've been there for like 3 months, hovering right around 80,000. There's a little heteranda formosa. You can see her. The female is straight back. She's just being shy. She's coming. She's swimming towards the camera slowly, very slowly. Seriously, could you swim slower, girlfriend? She's right there by my finger reflection. And behind the planaria. Hopefully they eat planaria. I know that Elasoma as well. And we'll give these guys a little more of this floating food since it's so tiny. I mean, yes, it makes a mess, this fry food that Aquarium Co-op sells, but it is so, like, it's so small. And the fish like it, they eat it, but I think a lot of it must end up just in the substrate as a mess. That's my 2 cents. I already said that in the review, but yeah. So this tank is looking really lively. What's really interesting is watching all these tanks, and sometimes you think like, oh, the most active tank is that big green one right there. And it's really like, it's only most active when it's 80 degrees in here. It's not so active when it's cold, you know? Like when it's cold, it's a completely different tank. What are you watching so loud? Um, so let's see if Bob will come out, guys. Let's give Bob a chance. There's one of the ghost Amanos right there. Johnny, thank you so much for the birthday present, my friend. I do appreciate it. You already gave me a bunch of gifts in the form of free memberships for others. The gift that gives to others is a true kind gift from Johnny, of course. What a nice guy. What a sweetheart. I appreciate it. Maybe I will go out and buy another Purple Knight Echinodorus. Watch me kill this one. That can be the chant of all y'all that don't like me. All y'all that are watching for my downfall. You can say, make it melt. Make it melt. Radina Winsberry, I will give, oh, Goldfish thaws up. Yeah, okay. And then we're gonna give the little loaches, the yo-yo loach, the autosynclus, and the panda loaches we're going to give them, as well as the shrimp will like it too, but we're going to give them some of these Hikari thinking spirulina wafers. They're really a hit with my omnivorous fish even too. And same with like snails, same with yeah. Basically I've gotten most of the I had way too many of the Malaysian trumpet snails in here. Now I'm down to like, I don't know, 10 that I see ever. And that's just about perfect for my taste. We'll put a couple more. We'll crack one of the algae wafers and toss it in there. Let's see if Bob's coming out. I see where Bob is. He's actually hiding right back there. Let's see, Bob, where are you going to come out? Also, the other cool thing is the Barclaya longifolia. Look at that. What a beautiful plant. Bright purple. Looking good. New leaves popping up on it. Yeah, it's a nice one lately. And you don't need CO2 or anything for that one to look nice. Same with the Logonandra carolensis. This one here, this is a big old plant that has like sparkly leaves. Looks like a bucephalandra almost, and you don't even need anything fancy, no CO2 to make that one shine and shimmer. This CO2 regulator keeps popping out of here, and I don't know why. What the heck is going on with it? So I'm gonna try to sink it really low behind this log real quick and see if it still manages to make its way up from there. But actually, we need it more upright, at least like halfway. Because it needs that surface area. But yeah, you can see, look at that. The Amano shrimp go right for those Hikari wafers, as do the panda loaches. They'll eat from that directly, which is great to know. Here's another panda loach eating it. It's so good to know that the panda loaches will get fat and live off that for a while. That is really good because they're such a hard to please fish. Let's see if Bob comes out all the way. Also, Johnny says, Alex, I enjoy watching you and thanks for teaching me so much. I really learned a lot from you. Thank you, buddy. Man, you are a model student. If you figure yourself as a student, I think we're all students. I consider myself a student of the hobby. Even though I just said in the thumbnail, 32 years of 37 years on this planet, I have owned fish that I've cared for. Like I've cared for fish since I was 5 now. Elvis, my goldfish, was my first one, and I treated him very poorly. But he did survive for like 6 or 7 years. And my mom used to, when I was really young, and I'd go like a couple weeks without cleaning his tank, his bowl, which was so sad. It was just a bowl with a fake plastic plant in it and a little scuba diver. And, or no, it was a treasure chest. Never mind. Like a treasure chest bubble aerator thing. And my mom would wash the tank out every month or so if I didn't, and she would wash it out with soap and water because she hated to see any algae or the poop and whatnot. So she'd do 100% water change, didn't know about dechlorinator, and just literally wrecked any biofilm that would have been in there. I mean, she just didn't know better. There was no internet to check or anything at the time. And I just can't believe that fish survived. Poor Elvis the fish. You like being a student when there are no exams or grades. Yeah, amen, brother. I would go to school forever. And I'm not being what's the word? Hyperbolic when I'm saying that I would go to school forever if that wasn't at all an issue. Now I'm going to film above my wife so we don't disturb her slumber. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, maybe you shouldn't have gone to bed on the couch when I'm streaming. Just kidding, guys. So I'm going to hop over to the computer, guys, and we'll finish up. All right. So we're going to end. No, not the stream. And just Cancel that. Hello? Can you hear me? Echo, echo, echo Charlie Bravo. Thanks, buddy. Your favorite part about the channel is we're all lifelong learners together. Thanks, bud. Me too, man. I love that about it. Okay, you can hear me right on. Echo, echo. Well, you know, I was thinking tonight about going and looking at places like the Wet Spot and you know, different aquatic places like Moonlight Aquatics and stuff, and looking at fish that I want to spawn and see what you guys want to like learn about, what you guys want to hear. Because, you know, invariably, if I get a hold of it, it's going to be on the channel, like probably your species spotlights. Also, you know, I always love my copy of Amazonas magazine, and their recent issue really reminded me of how much I love Nanostomus. I really want to get my hands on even some more dwarf cichlids. I mean, Bob Steenfot lives like an hour from me, and I know he has a whole bunch of both Corys and these. Maybe I can like raid his house before he has his baby. And I can take some of his fish babies, especially if they move. But yeah, I mean, look at those Nanochromis. They are such cool fish, and they don't really get talked about in the hobby, but they're such cool fish, and they only get like that big. Another little dwarf cichlid similar to an apisto. But guys, I think you know, I'm going to call it a night pretty soon here. I do appreciate you coming out, hanging out with me for a little bit of the birthday, for a little bit of the cake, a little bit of the spilling out. And I think tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be streaming around 4 p.m. Pacific time, LA time, which is probably 7:30 or 7 East Coast time, somewhere in there, 4:34, hopefully. And you know, it depends on health issues, but hopefully that's the plan. And I'll be streaming tomorrow again, and we can maybe look at some more specific fish on the screen where you guys can enjoy it too. Tonight, I guess we ended up just kind of checking in on some of my tanks and chatting, or me chatting at you like a jerk, like a big conceited, selfish jerk. But maybe I hope somebody learned something. Maybe we'll answer more questions tomorrow, and you know, I'll be more engaged with each and every one of y'all. Nin, what's up? Thanks guys for all the birthday wishes, super chats, the gifted. The gift that keeps on giving, the gifted memberships, dude, that's so appreciated. Especially Johnny. I know you keep doing that, you crazy man. You crazy, crazy man. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be back in, I don't know, 18 hours or something like that, right? So I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day. If you haven't tried it and they have this near you, get this. It's Bulldog root beer, and it's like vanilla and wintergreen or like spearmint flavor. It's such a refreshing root beer. It's not like at all like too sweet or too like too much bite. Some of them have like too much ginger or sassafras. If it's homemade, I guess no one puts sassafras in it anymore. Now it's illegal, apparently. But delicious, delight, lovely. Tomorrow I'll be back with the Dr. Pepper, I'm sure. All right, you guys, have a good one. Johnny, buddy, take care. Janice, Asya, Radina, good to see you guys. Sean, good to see you too. And yeah, we'll pick up where we left off tomorrow if you're around. If you're not, have a wonderful day. Thank you, Robert. Ollie the pufferfish, also y'all rock. Have a lovely evening, and if you have any questions, of course, tomorrow you can drop them, or you can drop them in the comments, and I'll try to get to them. I've kind of slacked this weekend, so tonight and tomorrow I'll be going through the comments again and just kind of doing this, not answering them, but I'll be standing there just doing this over the keyboard, which is like, ooh, I hope they figured out their problem. No, I'll be responding. I try to do that a few hours a day. All right, you guys, much love. Thank you for letting me do what I love to do. You know, we're kind of squeaking by right now with my medical bills, but we are still doing it, and you guys are still letting me do it, which is the incredible part. So members, super chatters, and you know, people sharing, people liking, all of that. It's all so important, and just being here, being curious, and you know, sharing articles with me, sharing interesting stuff with me means a lot. So thank you, you guys. I truly do love you and value you as friends, and hope you have a wonderful night. Take care.